You're listening to Sheep, where we put the funny back into the news. I'm Andrew Bolton, and with me, as always, my fellow sheepalite, Mel Fessenden. All right, and we are back with another episode.
Hello, everyone. It is I, Mel Bolton.
And it is I, Andrew Bolton. And together we are Sheep. Yeah, that was good as the last one.
No.
Yeah.
But that's a tough one to beat.
That was birthday magic right there.
I guess it was your birthday, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Well,
Wow.
We'll never talk about that again until next year.
Nobody cares, Andrew. Moving along.
Ship has sailed.
That is true. You hear ladies, they're like, oh, it's my birthday, and you're like, oh, that's awesome. I can't believe it's on a Saturday. They're like, well, technically it was Tuesday last week, but I get 3 weeks, so.
Yeah.
You're like, what? No, that doesn't.
I will say that's a select few of ladies and then some guys, but
I want to say, if I had to put a percentage on it.
Yeah, of the female population, how many do you think average out to having a 2 week birthday?
2 week birthday?
2 week birthday.
Oh,
at least.
At least, probably less than 1%.
Yeah.
But like a weekend or like birthday week,
Okay.
I've definitely heard at least like that bumps it up to like 10%. There's not a lot of broads out there that are cocky enough to go birthday 2 weeks or longer.
Yeah.
It's my birthday month. You're like, it's not even February. Jesus. Like this is a full 31 days. Good Lord, lady.
Yeah, that's when you're well off and you have nothing else going on.
Yeah, that's when your dad told you were a princess and you believed it. Yeah.
Still do.
Yeah. Daddy's little angel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now guys usually get a dinner. And that's usually our like.
Sometimes they'll take the next day off too for recovery.
The older the guy, I feel like the older you get, the less time you get on your birthday. Whereas ladies start off with like a week to 2 weeks, and then they get dribbled down all the way to like a day. And then, it's like grandma's birthday, you go over for dinner, and that's about it. And then, but you get to a guy, and you're like, it's grandpa's birthday today? Who the hell even knew that one? Because it starts off with a day.
Oh. I don't know. That doesn't happen in my family.
Well, see, guys are not as supportive of other guys going, it's my birthday week.
Yeah, that's true.
But girls are like, own it, bitch.
They're like, whoop-de-doo, dude. Pass me that wrench.
Yeah.
I just put such a guy spin on that.
Yeah, whoop-de-doo. She was grabbing her testicles while she did it too, guys.
All right, so what stories you got to the main point?
Oh, right. Why you guys are here today. Not to hear us jibber-jabber. Well, you are, but jibber-jabber about other stuff.
Yeah. Very specific, important things.
Specific gibber. All right. Well, so I don't know if you've seen this in the news lately or not, but the CDC is trying to get us afraid of the newest, well, not newest, but it's a bit of a throwback disease.
Ooh.
With monkeypox.
Oh, monkeypox. Never heard of it.
Really?
I mean, until it recently came back up, but no, that was never on my radar.
As a child?
No, chickenpox, that was there. Cowpox. The swine flu.
Oh, okay. You're just listing animal colds?
Yeah, basically. Those are the animals I knew of that had disease.
Strangely enough, mad cow disease really freaked me out.
Did it?
Yeah. I don't know why. It may have been the phraseology of it.
It does make you sound like you're just going to turn into a mad cow.
Yeah.
Like, that is how I pictured it.
I thought that you just slowly turn insane is what mad cow disease did.
Yeah, I pictured like your brain imploding on itself, and then all that came out of your mouth was a mmm.
Mine was a little bit more realistic.
No.
So.
I thought the mmm made sense, though.
Yeah. You turn into Hodor from Game of Thrones, and you can only say one phrase. All right.
Either that or I also pictured it like a rabies thing where the animal itself is what goes crazy. The mad cow.
Yeah, but nobody knew that it was a mad cow because it's a cow.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, who cares what you think?
There goes Betsy again.
Yeah, cow. All right. So the CDC issues bizarre guidance for having sex with monkeypox. And what's weird is, after reading this, you notice that there's a lot of turnover from COVID.
What do you mean turnover?
You'll see. There's like a lot of turnover rules. So some rules that applied with COVID early on still apply with monkeypox.
Huh. Somebody didn't think they were angling for just to keep these rules around.
They just copied and pasted Wikipedia. So,
Monkeypox 19.
Yeah. So Americans who think they might have been exposed to monkeypox should take precautions like masturbating 6 feet apart from their partner to prevent the spread of the virus.
Is that true? That's how they worded that?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. This person has a lot of free time.
Yeah. There's a lot of women out there going, but I can't see it from 6 feet away.
Oh.
Small penis joke to all you guys out there.
Yep.
I'm kidding. It's only gays that are really dealing with monkeypox right now. So, if your partner has monkeypox, ladies, maybe there's a bigger question that you need to be talking about.
Well, there is it. Yeah. Just take some time.
Yeah. So the Centers... I got mine from a bathroom stall, though, Melissa. I swear.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as long as you swear.
It was my birthday. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention earlier this month issued a list of safe activities for sexually active patients to engage in. Among the recommendations are avoiding kissing and having sex with your clothes on or covering areas with rash or sores are present. So the fatties are used to this rule.
They already have the perfect outfit.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's called Whatever I'm Wearing.
all right, what else you got?
Let's see here. What do we... I love how they go, you have monkeypox? They're like, yeah. You're like, you're pretty horny? You're like, really horny.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I don't care about
Please help me.
I don't care about the lesions. I just want a piece. You're like, all right, well, maybe have you tried masturbating 6 feet apart? It's not the same.
It's just, it's a big joke of precautions to take, because if you're at this point, you might as well just not even go in this endeavor at all.
Well, I just don't know when CDC started sounding like a college co-ed chick. You know what I mean? Like, what's the shortest guy you'll date? 6 feet. He's 6 feet or taller. Has to be. Every once in a while, you'll meet a nice girl and she'll say 5'11", but preferably.
There's a guy out there that's gonna try to break that rule, by the way.
What?
It's like 6 feet means nothing. Nah, 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 and he makes it 7.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. I didn't realize he had the mantra going. Obviously, he was going to get there with that kind of boost.
I'm obviously not a guy, so who knows how that works for you guys. Maybe
he gets like 3 fans behind him. It's like that old airplane game.
Dust in the wind.
Yeah, jeez. Alrighty. There's some old queens, I suppose.
Yeah.
So the odd guidance invoked New York City's bizarre recommendation that sexually active people use glory holes during the coronavirus pandemic to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
Well, I believe that. Those are the same people that cut holes into their masks and said they still worked.
Yeah. Actually, the glory hole thing, I could see that kind of working.
That can't work. We're assuming that the monkeypox just didn't go to the genitalia area.
No. COVID-19 didn't go to the genitalia area. But monkeypox is sexually transmitted.
How are we sure that COVID didn't go to the genitals?
I don't know, because we had scientists telling us that. Obviously, Melissa, you have to listen to them. I mean, it's been going on for 2.5 years. They have to be knowing something correct, right? So the World Health Organization, WHO, is investigating whether monkeypox can be sexually transmitted after the virus was detected in a patient's semen. I wonder. Oh, I wonder. I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
Here on that one. So
I mean, all that you guys had to do was finish off the transfer. Was that bad?
I don't know.
No, they said it was detected in the semen.
So finish off the transfer?
Yeah. If it can be transferred, it just needs to go into the next person. So they're holding it in no man's land. And they're like, we're not sure if it's transferable. And you're like, really? You just have to get it to the end point.
No, it's called no man's land when it's a straight guy. It's called man's land when it's a gay guy. You idiot. You've got to feel so stupid right now.
My vote said it is transferable through sex.
I'm going to say yes, it is.
Maybe just, that's... I'm just going to have to be celibate for a while, guys.
Yeah, sorry, gents. The vast majority of monkeypox cases in England were connected to sexually active gay men. Yeah. So there are 19 confirmed cases of the potential serious virus in New York City. Patients experience a flu-like illness and swelling of the lymph nodes before developing a rash on the face and body. Ooh.
Is this something that just eventually, for monkeypox sake, is it something that just goes away eventually, or?
Yes, it goes away if you don't hear about it, talk about it, or see it.
Okay. I see that we're just giving out whatever comes into our brain berries.
No, monkey see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil.
Mm-hmm.
Monkeypox.
I like it. We'll go with the witch remedy.
Perfect. All right. Well, that was just a appetizer, if you will, guys. All right. It's starting to get a little... I don't like that you licked your lips after talking about monkey...
It was a light lip smacking.
It was a lips... Stop doing it right into the microphone. It's grossing people out.
Everyone's supposed to hear me, though.
But it's disgusting what you're doing.
All right.
You done? Now put your pants back on and quit messing with your lips.
Oh, that's a bad joke. You have to take that one back.
Do I?
Yeah. Take it back. Retract.
All right.
Tell me you're sorry.
I'm sorry. I am. All right. Moving on. Okay? Okay. QAnon follower Matthew Coleman, who allegedly killed his kids, was deceived.
What's a QAnon follower?
QAnon. All right. So this is it. So weirdly enough, not weirdly enough, it's one of these, it's kind of like the right wing. So it's a right wing conspiracy theory, like very deep right, where they believe that Trump is their savior. If I'm remembering this correctly, is that Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump, there you go, is their savior against reptile beings who have have disguised themselves as humans and are now controlling the economy and basically the world, and they're slowly starting to take over humans by just interbreeding with them.
Huh. I asked this question because I thought it would make me less confused.
Here, what do QAnons believe? So that way I'm not really...
Because that is an hilarious image to just think of. First you got Trump. He's got his savior crown, his halo.
No, that's his hair. It's his hair in the wind. So let's see here. QAnon, this is from Wikipedia, so who knows how honest this is a political conspiracy theory that later evolved into a political movement. It originated in the American far-right political sphere. So far, I'm batting 1,000.
Okay.
QAnon centers on false claims made by an anonymous individual or individuals known as Q. The QAnon theory is the cabal of satanic, cannibalistic sexual abusers of children operating a global child sex trafficking ring conspired against former U.S. President Donald Trump during his term in office. QAnon has direct roots in Pizzagate, an internet conspiracy theory that appeared 1 year earlier. It also incorporates elements of many other theories. Some experts have described QAnon as a cult.
Okay. All right. A very confusing cult.
So basically, they believe that there's but there's also some reptile stuff going on in there too.
Yeah, it's other theories. So
right, that's where the other theories comes in. Okay, but that's the general gist of it.
Wow, right wing came up with lizard people, huh? Was not expecting that.
Scientology's fault. Yeah. So a QAnon conspiracy theorist who allegedly killed his 2 children with a spear fishing gun.
Ooh.
I guess if you're hunting lizards.
Still.
Don't get me wrong, I don't agree with what this guy did. I'm just saying. Because they inherited his wife's serpent DNA, now realizes he was delusional.
Yeah, that's gotta stink.
Matthew Taylor Coleman, 40 years old, detailed his revelation in a 2-page letter written to a friend from an undisclosed prison in California, where he remains jailed on charges of killing his 10-month-old daughter and 2-year-old son in Mexico.
So this man thinks his wife is a lizard person, and then therefore thinks his children are partial lizard people.
Why not just take him to a cold resort?
Yeah, that would be the best test. If they sleep all the time.
Yeah, they're clearly lizard people.
Yeah.
You're like, Dad, Greenland sucks. But if they love it and they're playing in the snow.
Yeah, that would have been a great test.
Human.
Gosh, I could not imagine
otherwise
coming out of my delusion like that.
Yeah, do you think it was like a psychosis delusion, or do you think it was more like let me put it this way. Do you think any human being is capable of having a delusional having delusions like that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, follow-up question.
Okay.
Do you think this guy was really like delusional, like he saw reptiles, or do you think he just believed this wholeheartedly?
I think it was a little bit into the delusional sense, but
so he had a psychosis.
I don't think he ever saw anything, but I think he started thinking that this idea was so real, and he had been tricked, and he just went with that belief, and for some reason he just couldn't reset himself into having a normal thought, a sane thought.
Yeah, so he just became obsessed with it.
Yeah, and it was during COVID he did this?
I don't know when this happened.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to be, like a reporter?
Maybe.
I'm sure it'll say August 7th last year.
Okay. Yeah, so and then yeah. I mean, a lot of people are depressed from just the pandemic itself, so I could imagine that being just a catalyst for
a lot of things.
Yeah.
I was deceived, Coleman reportedly wrote in the letter. I was deceiving myself. I know now that the serpent DNA thing was a delusion in my own mind. I made myself believe something that wasn't there. Coleman of Santa Barbara, California, mentioned in the letter that he didn't have access to conspiracy-laden websites, and in California, where they had some of the strictest stay-at-home orders.
Yeah.
In the States, right? But you were in Santa Barbara, California.
I don't know.
Night, perfect weather all the time.
Yeah.
So you can't. It's not like you guys were from Washington State, where it's depressing for 9 months, 10 months.
Lots of rain. Lots and lots of rain.
Let's see here. Why do you go to Mexico if you live in Santa Barbara, California?
Is it New Mexico or Mexico?
Mexico. Maybe the culture, but I don't know. For me, I just you're going from one beach to another beach.
Well, I think his plan was because people in his neighborhood were going to notice all of a sudden his kids were gone. I mean, they probably still did even when he did come back. But he could have said he went on a trip to leave them with family members because he was no longer fit as a parent or something.
Could you believe it? I believe that they're lizard people. I shouldn't be taking care of them. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, so he probably went to Mexico thinking that since it's a different country, they won't be able to get together with the U.S. government.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Of Santa Barbara, California, mentioned in the letter that he didn't have access to conspiracy-laden websites or other materials whilst locked up on 2 counts of foreign first-degree murder of U.S. nationals. He has pleaded not guilty. Well, I don't know.
Pleaded not guilty on that?
Yeah.
Nah. You're guilty, even if you didn't realize. I'm sorry.
I'm sorting through it all now, he said of his beliefs in conspiracy theories. There's a lot to unpack, but I have to figure out what I really believe, but I don't have access to information anymore, so I'm having to use my mind to figure things out. Actually,
I wouldn't trust your mind at all anymore.
I was going to say that's a very... I think trusting your mind when other information has corrupted you like that, I think is a good move, but I also can see how trusting your mind also had people come up with some pretty horrible crap too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he trusted his mind in believing what he saw on the internet. So
yeah,
I think he should have to pay the piper because I think because he fled to
pay the viper.
He fled to Mexico, so he knew this was wrong.
Right.
He knew that he was going to get in trouble for this.
What if he witnessed his babies go up to a rattlesnake and the rattlesnake was going, and then the baby reached out and it went, and it wrapped itself around the baby?
I think you're confusing lizards and snakes as...
It said serpent DNA.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I said lizards. The article says serpent.
Okay.
I think you're conflating lizards with legless lizards.
I'm just saying a snake and a lizard would not be BFFs.
I mean, if between a snake and a mouse and a lizard, yeah, the snake and a lizard are going to be best friends. The
snake's just going to eat both of them.
Not if it's a big enough lizard.
Even then.
But then the lizard would eat the snake. Because they're 2 peas in a pod.
The snake would just dislocate its jaw, stretch it out a few times, and engulf it. And then it wouldn't have to eat for like 2-3 weeks.
And then in that time it builds a relationship with the rodent? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, it still ate everything.
Oh, okay.
The relationship is nourishment.
So you don't trust serpent people either. Interesting.
I don't want to trust serpents.
So, the handwritten letter on lined notebook paper was pinned in late May, according to the report. So Coleman was reported missing by his wife, Abby, on August 7th after he fled to the family's home with their kids, 2-year-old Kaleo and 10-month-old Roxy, and took them to Rosarito, Mexico. Coleman allegedly killed his children with a spear gun blast through their chests. That's a pretty dark way to kill somebody.
Yeah.
That's like what you would see in a movie when you're being attacked by a monster.
Yeah, that I mean...
Or you would do that if
your kid turned into a weird reptile monster, serpent monster, you're grabbing anything that's close to you to shoot him. But do I think any semblance of this that happened? No.
Yeah. So he was arrested by Customs and Border Protection agents when he tried to return to the U.S. alone 2 days later. Ooh, that looks bad. Mexican authorities discovered the bodies of young victims matching a description of Coleman's children in a ditch. Coleman confessed to the slayings, telling the feds he thought his children were going to grow up into monsters, so he had to kill them, according to the affidavit. He said visions and signs revealed that his wife possessed serpent DNA and had passed it on to his children, and that all things were pointing to the idea that his children have corrupted DNA that will spread if something is not done about it. You know what serpents do? They eat their young, which is what you did, brother.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he was the serpent.
You're more serpent than anybody in this story.
I wonder if his wife was just really smooth with her movements, and that's what freaked him out.
What if she had a forked tongue?
Yeah.
Like,
just her crazy teenage years.
Yeah.
Got it sliced in half.
Yeah, she's constantly wearing snake boots.
Yeah.
Everything is crocodile, alligator skin. You're like, what is with you? I don't understand this.
She's a snake person.
Yeah.
Must be.
She watches Harry Potter and she's going, Shirashima.
Yeah.
with Harry. You're like, what the hell's going on right now? Yennefer?
That had been a terrifying movie to watch with her.
Oh, yeah. Just, why is she crying? The snake just got killed. The hero of the story just died. I knew it. I knew it all along.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, hope you go to jail for a long time, brother.
Yeah. I think they're putting him away for a long time.
Yeah. Fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah, because he made plans to do this, so I don't think he'll be able to claim insanity.
That's right. You're not going to get us snake human type people.
Mm-hmm.
We're smarter than you. All right, moving on. I was humiliated for taking too long in a bathroom, so the restaurant called the cops.
Depends on how long you were in there.
How long?
30 minutes.
Any longer than 30 minutes? You think that's fair to call the cops?
You at least, I guess they should make sure they see what's going on, see if they can talk to the individual, make sure they didn't pass out in the bathroom.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's keep reading. Let's find out.
All right.
So a woman who attended the Pride Parade in Washington, D.C., or as I like to call it, the only time a woman can feel safe in the streets, felt... It's all the gay men.
Nah.
It's raining men. You can't go as a good-looking man. You can't go down dark alleys during Pride Week. It's very dangerous.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Remember that. Okay. So a woman who attended the Pride Parade in Washington, D.C. felt dehumanized and humiliated after taking too long in a Subway bathroom.
Ooh, a Subway bathroom. Oh, wait, Subway, the restaurant.
Subway sandwiches.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So Deja Jones from Maryland was celebrating at the Pride Parade when she suffered a serious wardrobe malfunction that exposed her naked body from her crotch up to her breasts.
Oh, she was wearing a zipper dress and it broke.
That's what you think it is?
That's what I think it is.
Okay. In a panic, she said she ran into a nearby Subway sandwich shop and explained her situation, asking to use the bathroom in order to fix her strapless denim jumpsuit.
Ah, I was so close.
Denim jumpsuit. You idiot. Her name is Deja. Of course it was. So Jones claimed that the restaurant workers allowed her to use the bathroom, but then called 911 less than 5 minutes later. You want to believe that it was 5 minutes later?
No.
I'm going to say it was 20.
It was 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to say 20. People always do that. They conflate time. I'm telling you right now, there's nobody who knows the time better than somebody who's at work.
Yep.
You do not know the time as well as somebody who's going 1 hour 52 minutes left. 1 hour 51 minutes left. 1 hour 50 minutes left.
Yeah.
You don't know the time as well as you think you do. Plus 5 minutes later. If you had given me a specific number, I'd believe you. But 5 minutes?
It doesn't seem likely for them to do that.
You seem like the type of person that goes, no, I'm on my way, as you're putting on your pants to leave.
Yeah.
You're not on your way. You're about to be on your way.
Well, she's got a full jumpsuit to put on, so
right.
Probably took an extra 10 minutes.
And if it tore, it's got to be tight.
Yeah.
It's got to be taut.
It's
a
a tight one.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, it is the Pride Parade. Let your freak flag fly.
Yeah, exactly. Half those guys are naked. And girls.
Right. That's the other reason I was like, who cares?
Yeah.
It's the Pride Parade. That's the one time in the world where you're allowed to be naked in the streets. So as Jones and her friends, I did that thing where the coked out body language expert from the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial thing just did, where he's like, I witnessed all of them. All of Johnny Depp's movies to
that was
to decide that
that was a ridiculous witness to call
you're
forth.
Like, my God, and she's still talking.
Is she?
Oh, she's still.
Well, yeah, she's gonna lie until the end. She hasn't learned a lesson.
No, her and Smollett should get together.
Oh,
he's gay.
Oh, bummer. Best friends.
Yeah, something. So as Jones and her friend attempted to cover her up, the police began banging on the door as the employees yelled at them to exit the restroom immediately. She claimed in a now viral Twitter thread picturing the Subway fast food chain on U Street in D.C.
I guess if her two friends were guys that joined her in there, maybe they'd be like, are they just having a threesome in a Subway bathroom?
No, you know what I would think?
What?
I see a couple of scantily dressed people going on during the Pride Parade that run into the bathroom as a group. I think drugs. As a worker. As a worker, I would assume drugs, because a lot of times you see people go into the bathrooms together. When you're in the food and bev industry,
yeah,
you see a lot of people, especially when they're partying. I'm not saying like for lunch, but when people are partying, they'll go straight into a bathroom with 2 to 3 people, and they'll come out laughing and giggling and having a good time, and you're going, no way that those people just watch the other person take a crap.
Yeah.
That is not the laugh of it.
Yeah. It does not smell bad in there at all.
Man, I thought I almost got you to pass out for a second there, Earl. No. That's not what happens.
Okay, so the police come to bang in the door.
Right. So, and here she goes. She's about to give her side of the story. All right? And I'll try to do it with the same type of emotion that she is exhibiting.
Okay.
Okay? Because she's using a lot of exclamation points.
Ooh.
At least 2 per sentence.
Some cap words.
No, actually, the diction's very well done. She used commas when she was supposed to. She hyphened a word nicely.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it's very well
done. See
done.
what she has to say.
At this point, I am in tears because I thought I was going to get arrested for no reason. I was forced out of the bathroom while my breasts are exposed in a crowded Subway, she explained on Twitter, where she amassed 7,921 likes and 4,181 comments in 3 days. Reps for Subway were aware of the incident, telling the Post that workers were concerned for her safety. Now, you weren't. You thought she had, well, you might have been.
If she's entering the stall with multiple people, you just don't know what's going on with that huge group that nobody bought a sandwich to use the bathroom of.
Right, and it's probably a one sandwich kind of play, or one sandwich. One. They only have the tuna. It's Pride Week. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
No, they probably only have one stall. I haven't been to a lot of Subways where it's a dual bathroom.
No, I wouldn't. I would think it's a one-person bathroom.
Right. So reps for Subway were aware of the incident, telling the Post, concerned for their safety. So this is their statement. Franchise employees are trained to create a safe and welcoming environment to all of our guests, and over the weekend gave the guest access to the restroom. The employee called the police only after they received no response from the guest in the restroom over an extended period of time. Franchise employees became concerned for her safety. The authorities checked on the guest, and after confirming she was safe, they promptly left the restaurant. The guest later left the restaurant on her own.
Oh, so none of what she said.
Yeah, but then we're also trusting Subway, who...
Yeah.
I just don't trust Subway after...
after Jared.
I was going to say after the mayo on rye incident, you mother.
Yeah.
I don't care about the kids. No.
Yeah, I don't see them.
Screwed up my order.
I don't see them like exposing her to everybody in Subway though. That had to be an exaggeration. Usually the bathroom, because their Subways are usually a part of a strip, and they're usually pretty narrow.
Right.
So the bathroom's usually in a back hall. 6
seats inside, and then a bathroom.
Yeah.
And then the Subway chain, like Subway train of meats and veggies.
So there wasn't much of a crowd to even see her.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, if they just turned around and looked outside, they would have seen schlong.
Yeah.
And dong.
Yeah. I'm sure it was just a lot of misunderstandings for a very extreme situation.
Yeah. So, however, Jones said she was in tears while being publicly embarrassed when her wardrobe malfunction got even worse and her zipper broke.
Ah.
You were right about the zipper.
I was on it.
So according to Jones' account, she said the police officer recognized the severity of her situation and need for privacy and instructed the employees to allow her back into the bathroom. But once the police officer left, the employees allegedly kicked her out of the bathroom again, clinching onto her clothes for dear life as the restaurant workers threatened to put her on the street half naked for being a disruption.
Because they're going to have to eventually get her out of that bathroom. I don't know if she was finding a way to solve her situation, because once the zipper's broken, like let's say the actual metal part of the zip function of it broke a piece off of it where he couldn't actually hold both sides of the zipper together anymore.
Just give her a Subway shirt.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, don't they just have these things in stock?
I know you at least got an apron, bitch.
Yeah. Just something to cover up the front half so she can go into a store and get something new.
She was a big woman.
Oh.
Not like huge by any means, but she was extra, extra large shirt.
Oh. Yeah, I guess they may not have had the size.
Yeah.
But you could have, if you wanted her out.
She broke metal. My small's not going to fit her.
If you wanted her out as her friends, because she did have her friends there, according to her in the situation.
They should have just gone down the street and found like a Target and picked her up a shirt.
Yeah. That would have been the best fix.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think her friends kind of did her wrong.
Yeah, they were useless.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I am diagnosed with anxiety, so now I am hysterical as people are watching me be dehumanized and publicly humiliated, she said. Adding to her embarrassment, she claimed a customer told Jones that she deserved to be naked because of her outfit of choice. Well, it didn't look like that before, sir. Or ma'am.
Yeah.
That sounds more like a ma'am thing.
Does it? I think it would be a guy thing.
What, deserve to be naked?
Yeah.
Oh, because we're talking about consequences to your actions?
No, I'm just saying.
Right. That is very guy-like.
I would see more like an older guy and be like, nah, she deserves it. She dressed like that on purpose.
Yeah, but I could also, I don't know why there's a bit of a Hispanic twang to it.
With a Hispanic? That's what you heard? All right.
She deserves it, man. Is her fault for what she is wearing?
Yeah, you really put a twist on it. I didn't do that.
Okay, Holmes.
But yeah, I would think a lady would understand that the wardrobe malfunctions happen.
I feel stripped of my rights to even feel confident and beautiful. That seems more on you.
That's really on you, ma'am.
Yeah, I hate it when... Is this embarrassing? Yes. Are you taking this over the top? Yes. Would anybody else have known about this had you not blogged about it? No.
Yeah.
Do you eat at Subway enough? Probably not, because you're busting out of your clothes.
And I would think, honestly, you maybe should have taken that outfit for a test run first, or if it's an old outfit, maybe put it just in the trash.
Yeah, you're not...
If it's ready to just burst you out.
You're not the same woman you were post-COVID. Pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all got thicker. There's no shame in that.
That's true.
So besides the comment from one rude customer, Jones said that no one else offered to help or intervene but watched on as the situation escalated. No crap, lady. Let's say, first of all, a guy can't help.
Yep.
So that immediately takes away 50% of the people that would do anything to help. Because he's not going to help.
Yeah, how many ladies do you think are hanging around a Subway?
Right. Not many.
25% of their clientele is what I would guess.
Yeah, and they're just there for the bathroom, and you are enemy number one because you're stopping them from going to the bathroom.
Tiny bladder problems.
Right. So it's like...
Just had a lot of Diet Coke. I need to get in there.
Yeah, I understand your problem. I've seen boobs before. Just scoot over to the side. I'm going to pee.
Yeah.
So I literally stood in the subway holding my breast clenched over, crying because I felt hopeless, and the subway tried to call the police again, Jones recounted.
In some regards, honestly, it's not on Subway.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Provide you with this.
This seems like an entirely you problem.
Yeah. The Subway's a business, and they need to have a working bathroom.
Yeah, and their chicken is not 100% fresh all the time, so they really need the bathroom. Eventually,
they know what they are.
Eventually, she said a fellow Pride Parade celebrator gave her a transgender flag to wrap around and cover herself. Nice. I would have assumed that would have happened eventually already.
Yeah.
I have been suffering from extreme anxiety, and I have been feeling very sick to my stomach. I am in so much mental pain from this situation. I am just thankful that I didn't get a crooked cop because that could have been the end of my life due to a wardrobe malfunction, she said.
What?
I don't know. This lady is exhausting me. Yeah. I was on your side, and then you just kept on going.
Yeah, you piled it on very thick. Thicker than you are.
I mean, had I been wearing buttons, one of them could have popped out and nailed a tile on the bathroom and then hit me right in the eye, and I could have been blinded, and nobody cared. You're like, none of that happened.
And what are you doing in a pride parade when you have high anxiety problems?
I like to surround myself with...
I'm just a ticking time bomb.
I like to surround myself with naked dong and breast and twat, and that's where I feel safe.
Me.
Yeah. But as soon as I'm naked, I lose all self-control.
Yeah, it's just, she seems like the type of the woman where if something went wrong in her life, she would have a full mental breakdown every time.
That's not true. The confusion and humiliation I felt was unbearable, Jones told Need to Know. Yeah. I bet it was humiliating.
Yeah, that's... Gosh,
confusing,
that is a horrible...
I don't know if it was confusing. It seems... we don't even have the full picture over here, and it seems pretty cut and dry on our end.
Yeah.
I think... yes.
We're not trying to victim shame, but you are a victim of your own making in this one.
Yeah, you did. It is your fault for what you're wearing.
Yeah.
You know, you're not... And then your tatas popped out. I feel like if you didn't want me in your bathroom, just say no. I would have tried to go somewhere else. This was just the closest accessible place to get myself together.
It sounds like they were trying to tell you no.
Yeah, they were trying to tell you no, and then they said yes. Then you took longer than they expected because you were trying to fix it instead of just get a quick fix, right? There's fixing a problem, and then there's doing a quick fix.
Yeah, which with the zipper broken, there's
no
much of a chance.
Right. Not if you're enjoying yourself. So just be like, hey, listen, I need 10 minutes or a shirt.
Yeah. Or
my friend's going to go get a shirt for me, and I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And they'll be right back. I don't know.
And that's probably what the subway people thought she would do. She would delegate properly.
Nope. Well, she was confused, and she didn't even know what time was anymore.
Confused and embarrassed, and the world came crashing down.
My anxiety was at full speed, and I felt mentally stripped just as much as I was physically. That's a good line. I'll give that one to you, lady. I am as naked mentally as I am physically right now. You're like, so just a thong on your brain? Yes.
The room just starts snapping for her.
Yeah.
That's deep.
You hear a whistle. She goes, my brain farted. Yeah. So the employers just have no respect for humanity whatsoever. Well, it's hard to have respect for humanity at $9 an hour.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough. I knew during that moment that people are going to know about how disgusting this establishment is.
No, we knew, ma'am.
Yeah, everybody knows. They had a child rapist as their as their face. I don't think your story is really... Subway's like, listen...
Man, that really pushed him over for me.
We used to have a guy who screwed children. Your story ain't touching us, lady. There's nothing... what doesn't kill you makes us stronger. We are Subway. I'll have an NFL player in here by the end of the day eating in one of our crab sandwiches.
Yeah, I guess, they do go to NFL. That's a weird thing that we just don't even think about.
That's because there's not a lot of NFL players that sexually assault children. But there are a lot that assault women.
Oh, yeah.
So, I guess this story is just in line with what we thought about them.
I'm sorry this ever happened to you, miss. I think you're putting a lot on strangers.
I think you're putting some mustard on this story.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because it's at a Subway.
And you were in the Pride Parade, so just be proud.
Yeah.
Have pride.
I think if seeing yourself naked in public is what really destroyed you, maybe a diet is in order. Maybe It was God's way of saying, Subway can help you.
Oh.
There you go.
They just give her a tuna sandwich.
They go, I'm just so big right now. They slide in a flatbread. Yeah.
It has a cookie on it. They take it away.
Yeah, they go right. All right, moving on.
We're done.
Sorry, lady. I had to have our fun. All right. So, a California hacker gets 9 years in prison for stealing thousands of nudes.
Oh. That is a terrifying thing. Hackers. I think they have the most power in the future.
Nerds? Yeah.
Yeah.
Told you. That's terrifying. Why we're sponsored by Triple B.
Triple B.
Bring back bullies to stop the nerds.
They're terrifying guys.
Yeah.
All with their zeros and ones.
Ooh. Those bastards. So a California man who hacked into thousands of iCloud accounts to swipe nudes of young women was sent. Way to go, iCloud. I'm supposed to trust you. Was sentenced Thursday to 9 years behind bars, federal prosecutors announced. I think that's too much, if I'm being honest.
9 years behind bars? No, I don't think so.
For thousands of nudes?
Thousands of nudes. He's going to get off in probably 3 years for good behavior. Or she, whoever they are. Yeah, I think 9 is a nice number. Because they could have swiped much, much worse documentation.
Right. They could have swiped bank notes. They could have swiped bank information, Social Security cards, a lot of other stuff. But instead, he just stole nudes.
I see it as a taunt from him.
I don't see it as a taunt.
I see it as a taunt of his capabilities, and he could do much worse.
So it's like a thief breaking into your house and just taking one battery from each remote?
Yeah. Diabolical.
Yeah. So how could you, who dubbed himself iCloud Ripper for you, stole private photos and videos by illegally breaching into the Apple accounts, according to U.S. Attorney's Office for the Central District of Florida. The 41-year-old hacker then shared the images on his now defunct website that was notorious for exacting revenge porn on victims.
Oh.
You know what revenge porn is?
Is it,
It's if you have a sex video with your girlfriend and she dumps you and you're mad that she dumps you, but you still have the sex video.
Okay.
You post it. It's called revenge porn.
Okay. I liked what I thought it was much better, which is where you find someone cheating on you and then you go find their partner and cheat on them with them and then you post it.
Oh.
And that's true revenge porn.
Yeah, no, I had the capability of posting a couple revenge porns, but it's just, it would have been more embarrassing for me knowing that the video was only a minute long. So it's like, who's really getting revenge
just keep
here?
Recycling it.
Yeah, they're like, I feel like this is a... Is this a GIF?
Looped.
Is this a GIF? Did somebody put a GIF up here? This is crazy. So the 41-year-old hacker then shared the images of his now defunct... Oh, yeah, we did that. Authorities said she led a terror campaign as he sought naked images online that he'd call wins.
That's horrible.
Once he illegally got his hands on them, he'd trade them with other people he met on his website, Anon IB prosecutors said. Chi pleaded guilty last October to conspiracy and computer fraud. He could have faced up to 20 years in prison. This man led a terror campaign from his computer, causing fear and distress to hundreds of victims, said David Walker, the FBI's special agent in charge in Tampa. Chi's email accounts had the iCloud credentials of about 4,700 victims.
See, 9 years doesn't sound so bad now. Yeah.
And revealed he sent stolen content to conspirators more than 300 times. That's more so for me. So, because now he's actually targeting different people so people will come to him and pay him to go, hey, I want you to hack this lady's account.
Yeah.
That's worse.
Yeah.
Some of those conspirators then publicly released those images. He also kept many images for himself connected to 500 victims, storing a massive 3.5 terabytes of data on iCloud and physical storage. 1 terabyte equals 1,024 gigabytes. Wow. So a nerd wrote this.
Yeah, so he was trying to build ammunition that he could eventually use on anybody.
I think he just liked naked photos of ladies.
I don't know.
He's a 42-year-old single man who hacks things. I think this was the most action he got.
All right.
I think it was slightly he found it exciting and slightly he found it profitable.
Okay. All right. Either way, I'm happy for his 9 years.
Yeah, all right. So let's see here. Chi victimized hundreds of women across the country, making them fear for their safety and reputations. U.S. Attorney Roger Hand. What would you do if you had a naked photo online?
Plastic surgery.
You just change your body?
Yep, no one would recognize me.
You'd go, that's the old... you'd change your face?
Mm-hmm.
Not even like the midsection where you're reading from?
No, Andrew.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good. It's my favorite part of it. So this sentence reflects the resolve in the U.S. Attorney's Office to hold cyber criminals responsible for their crimes. Yeah.
Well, good riddance. You're done.
That's right.
Finito.
Well, he's put away for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he might get out early because all of a sudden the government's going to need his skills to undercover a secret organization.
So what do you think is equatable to what he did in like terms of like assault? Do you think somebody should get 9 years for doing something like that versus somebody who, let's say, beat somebody into unconsciousness? What's worse?
Yes, I think he should get the same amount if someone was beaten to unconsciousness, and because he was solicited to dig up information or dirty nudes on certain respective people so that their lives could be destroyed.
I've never seen somebody's life be destroyed by a nude.
Yeah, they'll lose their job. Their friend groups will all see it. Their friends and family will also be tied to it. They might not be able to get the same status of job that they had previously. And if they had certain finances that were dependent on that job, everything could just fall through.
All right. I'll bite.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Let's see here. Ooh, last story of the day.
Okay.
Alrighty, guys. So, churchgoers save 2 girls from Tampa abduction after one mouths, "Help me."
Ooh.
Florida churchgoers helped save 2 young girls from being abducted after one of the victims mouthed, "Help me. This is not my dad."
Jeez, that'd be terrifying.
Authorities said.
Did he go to the church to visit, or what happened?
We'll find out. So 2 girls, both aged under 12, were leaving a restaurant outside Tampa on Sunday night when 37-year-old David Daniels approached them and said he'd supervise their walk home. Ugh. What are you doing letting 2 12-year-old girls just walk around?
Oh, that's why he said he'd supervise them.
Well, yeah, but this is the kidnapper.
Oh.
37-year-old David Daniels. Daniels allegedly started hitting one of the girls over the head multiple times and continued to follow them, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office said. The girls, who didn't know Daniels, then jumped on their bikes and rode towards a nearby church to ask for help. Okay, so they had their bikes. I don't know. After this, I couldn't let my kid be alone again.
Yeah, it makes you think of all those times that you were like, "Hey, Mom, I'm going to my friend's house," and you just ride off on your bike. And someone could easily take advantage of that little small situation.
Yeah, it reminds me of my childhood when I would go, "Hey, Mom, I'm heading over to my friend's," and then nobody would respond because I was left alone. See, we had similar childhood.
Yeah. You're fine. Put some dirt on it.
I had birthday week. All right. Let's see here. Where do I leave off?
Did you ever have the debate as a kid to claim that your own parents had kidnapped you? Like as a bad joke?
No, but we were talking about parents once, and somebody told me that in class, and somebody said that they were living with their stepdad, and everybody got really sympathetic towards him. And because they were asking him what happened to his dad, and they're like, "Oh, he's a deadbeat. He left," and stuff like that. And they're like, "Oh, and so he got a lot of sympathy." And I was the youngest, so I liked attention.
Yeah.
And so I told him that my dad had killed my dad and had taken his place. And they're like, "Oh, who's that guy?" I told him that my dad had died, and then my dad came by later to pick me up from school that day, and they're like, "Who's that guy?" And I'm like, "I don't even."
Had to sell the lie.
And I there might be a couple of people who still believe that to this day.
They're thinking to themselves, I should have done something.
Yeah, I could have helped him. Yeah.
I used to I had thought about claiming they weren't my parents when I was mad at them. But no, when my mom would brush my hair, I used to scream that she was murdering me. Out the front door. Yeah, it would run off. Brush still stuck in my hair.
Murderers! They're murderers!
I did not like having my hair brushed.
Nah, it's okay. I didn't like getting my hair cut. So every time I'd throw a big temper tantrum.
Yeah.
Still do. Actually. I do not like it. And then they took me to April. Oh, April.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Looked like Cameron Diaz from The Mask.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, before she got all anorexic.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And she still had some meat on her. She had,
She had some baby fat.
Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah, there was a kid that actually got in trouble. He didn't want to go to the dentist, and so he skipped. And when his folks were like, "Oh, what happened?" he had to come up with a quick lie. He's like, "Oh, I got kidnapped." And then all of a sudden the police were called, and turns out the kid had just been skipping because he didn't want to go to the dentist. But yeah, the police had to search around for the fake invention of these folks that had supposedly kidnapped him, and he fought them off and jumped out of their car.
Wow.
Yeah, he had quite the survival story.
I one time faked that I was sick at school because we had to run the mile, and then the nurse called me out and said, "Are you only sick because it's the mile day?" Because we were running the mile. And I go, "No, I'd be even... No." And then I went and ran the mile to prove to her that I wasn't sick, even though that's what I had done.
Yeah.
I didn't want to...
You got there.
I didn't want to run the mile, and so I faked being sick, and then she called me out, and so I went and ran the mile, and then...
See?
No, and then they... you were allowed to play dodgeball after you ran the mile. And so we were about to play dodgeball, and then I got pulled out of class because my dad came to pick me up, and I was pissed. So,
yeah.
Yeah, because I made a lie about not wanting to run.
Then you went through with it.
And then I was just with my dad the entire time, who wasn't really my dad. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, good job.
Anyways, where the hell were we? The girls who didn't know Daniels then jumped on their bikes and rode towards a nearby church to ask for help. These are smart girls. That's where you get help.
Yeah.
As a church. So I think it's illegal for them to say no at a church. You can bring almost any problem to them, and I'm pretty sure churchgoers have to say yes.
It's just not a good look if they shut the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They go, "Everybody inside! Needy people!"
They're just ringing the bell.
Yeah.
"Hurry, come in!
Please, everyone, come!" The British. Let's see here. Daniels is accused of following the girls into the church and claiming they were his daughters. At one point, he allegedly put one of the girls in a headlock. Oh, as fathers do.
Loving times in church.
One of the little girls was mouthing to me, "Please help me. This is not my dad." A woman who was inside the church, but didn't want to be named, said, he was kind of talking over her. All right, hang on. This is a churchgoer. I got to give it more churchiness.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like a churchgoer to me, but yeah, what you got?
Clearly never been to church, Mel.
Yeah.
He was kind of talking over her, like right behind her, putting his arms around her neck and saying something in her ear, saying, "We just moved here. We just want to see how we can help do whatever you're doing," she said. About to lead Sunday school. You can tell, guys, just by the timbre of my voice. The churchgoers managed to keep engaging with the Daniels, I like how they say that, until they were able to call 911, and the kids were rescued.
Does that mean they just arrested the guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they took the kids back to their parents' house.
That's a terrifying first week at a new place they moved to.
Oh, no. That's not true. That it was their first week. He was just saying, we had just moved into the new area.
Gotcha.
Hey. Yeah, you were about to be... to imagine what that sick bastard was about to do to these young girls.
Oh, for sure. And he had the confidence enough to try to kidnap two at once and keep the lie going in front of people. Yeah,
once you're in church, I feel like they're in front of people, you go, okay, I'm out.
You don't follow them into the building and like, no, I got this.
Actually, never mind. Do that. You should do that, pedophiles.
Yeah.
Only try to kidnap kids. I have a hard time finishing that sentence.
Yeah, that's not a good... I was wondering where you're going with that one. Just really do it in front of people. Yeah, that's preferable.
Maybe a CCTV camera.
Yeah. Always acknowledge these other individuals as well.
Maybe leave your wallet behind at the scene.
And maybe just give the children some time alone with these other strangers.
And make sure not to touch them for a good 48 hours afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, these girls got super lucky.
Yeah, they did. As a parent, I would be losing my freaking mind over that.
I can't imagine them being able to ride those bikes out for a long time.
Yeah. Be like, I wish we would have gotten her one with a higher gear.
Oh, gosh, right?
Yeah, she doesn't even have shocks.
You are getting rid of those training wheels today.
Yeah, you were learning. Yeah.
Get one of those auto-charging ones.
The auto-charging ones?
Yeah, the bikes that charge themselves.
Electric
bikes.
Yeah. Yeah, you see a lot of delivery drivers on.
Yeah.
But then now you don't want to get that for a kid because then they're not even biking anymore.
Well, clearly these two girls are cutie pies, and it was close enough. It's worth it to me. I would get them a charge bike to get away from a pedophile.
I don't think that's what's keeping a pedophile away. If anything, now the pedophile sees a cute kid and a new bike. They can now... Yeah, that's an even better deal. Let's sweeten the pot. Why don't we give them a necklace made out of $100 bills?
Okay, fine. You're right. I'm gonna set the bike up with a secret code to activate it so that it works and the propellers don't, or the pedals don't lock. And if you don't know the secret code, it has little spikes that go into the hand. Like
blades?
Like Blade's sword.
Like Blade's blade?
Yeah.
All right. That seems like a lot.
Yeah. Well, safety.
Okay. Handguns for children. That's all I'm going to say. All righty, guys. Well, that's all the stories I've got for you guys today.
Yep.
Thank you for tuning in to another... Yep. Thank you for tuning in to another fantastic episode of Sheep. And as always...
Stay classy out there, everyone.
Yep.